Hello, everybody, and welcome to another review from Screen TV Magic. My name is Max, as always. Happy New Year, people! Happy New Year, new beginnings. Hope it's not too late to say that. We're alive, and it's been crazy. And I would like to address the elephant in the room.
Francine, happy birthday.
I apologize for my recent silence, and I want to talk about the issue at hand. The truth is, I've been struggling with procrastination lately, which has made content creation quite challenging for me. Balancing my daily responsibilities and editing these videos has proven to be difficult. However, I understand that I need to push through these obstacles because the show must go on, you know? The show must definitely go on. And so we're back with another review of a classic masterpiece. And today we're looking at Sleeping Dogs. Developed by United Front Games and published by Square Enix, Sleeping Dogs is an action adventure open world game set in the vibrant city of Hong Kong. Originally released in 2012, it received critical acclaim for its compelling storyline, immersive gameplay, and authentic depiction of Hong Kong culture. Square Enix's attempt at making a GTA game. That's right, I said game, not clone. Anyway, they actually did a great job in my opinion because this game was really cool. Same action adventure open world, but with a few things that are different from the rest. From the graphics to the mechanics and also in the city itself, Hong Kong. The devs did a great job at making the city feel super alive. I've never been to Hong Kong, honestly speaking, and I don't know how it looks like today, but the game makes you want to just book a flight and just visit there one day. It just feels amazing. The attention to detail in Sleeping Dogs is truly impressive. The game capturing the essence of Hong Kong's bustling streets and vibrant culture. The city feels alive and vibrant, with neon lights, crowded streets, and unique landmarks that make it feel like a living, breathing world. The whole plot of the game focuses more on the criminal world of triads. Wei Shen is portrayed as a skilled and determined protagonist who is determined to bring down the triad organization from within. His character is well developed and relatable, showcasing both his good-hearted nature and his willingness to do whatever it takes to complete his mission.
Wait, you're just a foot soldier.
Well, this foot soldier has just been marked for promotion.
William Lee, I'm sorry if I butchered the name, voice acting adds depth and authenticity to Wei's character.
Try that shit on Sun On Yi territory again, and I'll break both your fucking legs.
Capturing the essence of a charming and yet morally conflicted individual. In addition, the main storyline, there are plenty of side missions and activities to keep players engaged, from participating in illegal street races to taking down drug dealers or performing favors for various characters. There is always something to do in this open world of Hong Kong. Overall, the game's storyline centered around the criminal open world, and Wei's journey is engaging and immersive, offering players a compelling narrative that explores themes of loyalty, morality, and blur the line between good and evil. And of course, I have to mention its amazing detailed graphics and fighting mechanics that makes the game stand out from its counterparts. The graphics in Sleeping Dogs are visually stunning, with attention to detail in the architecture, landmarks, and character design. The game captures the grittiness of the criminal underworld while also showcasing the beauty of vibrancy of Hong Kong. The fighting mechanics in Sleeping Dogs are also top-notch. The game features a unique blend of hand-to-hand combat and gunplay, allowing players to engage in intense cinematic battles. The combat system is incredibly fluid and responsive, with the wide range of combat moves and combos to master. The game also incorporates environmental elements into fights, allowing players to use objects in the environment as weapons. The melee combat is one of the game's strengths in my opinion. Not to say it's better than the other games, because I'm sure you're thinking,
The Batman Arkham series does the same thing but better.
Which is true, but as another protagonist who doesn't have any fancy gadgets, but just his guns and fists, it just feels unique. The Mafia games, especially the second one, has a good combat mechanic as you get to experience in the first half of the game, but the difference between that and this game is that in Sleeping Dogs, you get to feel like Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan fighting many enemies at the same time and using different moves to dodge and counterattack. A lot of fighting styles were used in this game, like Wing Chun, Taekwondo, and Judo, to make the fights more satisfying. I get excited every time I get to fight enemies instead of shooting them in the game because you get to upgrade and learn more fighting styles you can use to take down your enemies quickly. The game incorporates a momentum meter that adds an extra layer of excitement to the combat. This feature also allows players to feel like a badass as they take down enemies. The meter not only applicable during hand-to-hand combat but also when using weapons such as guns, but however, the satisfaction of using the momentum meter is heightened during close quarter combats. Overall, the combination of stunning graphics and solid fighting mechanics truly set Sleeping Dogs apart from its counterparts. The game is super underrated. It's always fun to come back to this game, especially since there's definitive edition that looks way much better than the original. Not that the original needed any enhancements, it already looked good and still looks good till this day, but they redone and added a few things in the definitive edition like ambient effects and reworked character faces to polish the game and make it look amazing. It's really sad that the game didn't get a sequel because it showed so much promise, from really good voice actors to the amazing story as we watch Wei Shen takes down the whole crime syndicate of the Triads. I would have liked to see, what the devs would have done with the next game, I'm sure United Fronts would have come up with another amazing story of Wei Shen, or maybe another protagonist, a different guy with a different story facing different enemies. It just would have been nice. But the studio closed down in 2016, which is a bummer. Now, let's dive into the gun combat of the game. The gun combat is incredibly engaging, boasting cool features that will keep you on your toes and make you feel like an action hero in a thrilling movie scene. Remember when I said I mentioned the meter also affects your shooting mechanics? Well, here, it creates a slow motion effect that proves to be invaluable with facing multiple enemies. This ability comes in handy during tight situations when you find yourself pinned down. It adds a sense of chaos and satisfaction all at once. Additionally, the car chases in the game are absolutely amazing. You get the opportunity to take out enemy cars, witnessing them flip and tumble in slow motion. It's an incredible, satisfying feeling. More on the story and the characters. The story kicks off as Wei Shen finds himself caught in a failed truck operation, causing the subtitle. What's that word again? Fuck. More on the story and the characters. The story kicks off as Wei Shen finds himself caught in a failed truck operation, causing his subsequent arrest. During his time behind bars, Wei unexpectedly reunites with Jackie Ma, a childhood friend and influential figure in the powerful Sun On Yi gang. Intriguingly, Jackie extends an offer to Wei to join the Triad and assist him in climbing the ranks. Recognizing the opportunity to get a crucial information, Wei eagerly embraces the proposition. Wei embarks on a challenging journey, frequently teetering on a tightrope of maintaining a delicate equilibrium. In order to earn the trust of both law enforcement and the Triad, Wei must carry out missions for both factions while skillfully navigating the treacherous depth of the criminal underworld. Along the way, Wei confronts brutal violence, grapples with moral dilemmas, and constantly facing the ever-looming threat of being exposed. As Wei climbs the ladder in the triad, he develops bonds and loyalties with his fellow members, especially Jackie. However, he also witnesses the organization's darker side, including drug trafficking and violence. His conflicting loyalties create a constant internal struggle, forcing him to question his values and purpose. While navigating the triad, Wei investigates the organization's hierarchy and uncovers a hidden conspiracy within its ranks. He must utilize his undercover skills to expose the truth and bring down the triad corrupt leadership. Throughout the game, Wei faces critical decisions with far-reaching consequences. His choices impact the story narrative, relationships, and ultimately the fates of the Sun On Yee and Hong Kong itself. Now, my overall opinion. Sleeping Dogs is a story of redemption, sacrifice, and struggle between good and evil. It explores the complexities of undercover work and loyalty within triads, and consequences of violence. With its engaging narrative, memorable characters, and vibrant setting, Sleeping Dogs has become a beloved action adventure game, leaving a lasting impact on many players. Personally, I find it fun to do triad criminal missions than the cop mission. I'm not saying the police missions were not fun. There were moments I felt good chasing criminals and locking them up while having the satisfying feeling of being a super cop. But I think anyone can agree with me when I say it's fun actually being a criminal, and there are so many games where you are actually a criminal. And there's more violence and mayhem, on those missions. Plus, the game encourages you to play more of the story missions, which is the triad mission. But on my first time actually playing the game, I focused more on the story mission and left out the cop missions unless I'm required to, as sometimes the game actually pushes you to do the cop missions. And coming back, I realized there are actually more cop missions in the game than I thought. But still, following the story missions drew me in. Not to mention there are no consequences in the game for being a criminal, as that's part of the story. The highlight of the game is Jackie Ma, as he is a key factor to Wei Shan becoming a Sun On Yee. Plus, he's Wei's childhood friend, so you can't help but to get attached as the story progresses. Plus, his loyalty is good factor to Wayne as his good source of information about the triads. Wei and Jackie have a good buddy-buddy relationship, and you can tell by the progress of the game that Wei really cares about Jackie, even though he's using him to get in the triad gang. Overall, Jackie Ma's character development and his role in Wei Shan's story arc contributes significantly to the game's appeal and make him memorable highlight. I personally found the game to be incredibly cool. And highly recommend giving it a shot, especially if you've played it before and are unsure if it's worth revisiting. I urge you to go ahead and play it, as it continues to have impressive and enjoyable experience, even though it's like a pretty old game, but it's still looks good till this day. I personally own a definitive edition of the game, as you saw throughout the whole footage. That's what I use. Like, I'm playing a definitive edition, and it's truly fantastic revisiting this game in 2024. And so yet again, we reached the end of our video. If you haven't subscribed and you've gotten this far, what are you waiting for? Subscribe already, and like and share this video, of course. Yeah, it definitely helps me a lot, to know that you guys are actually watching my videos and I can continue making more content. Please subscribe, like, share, and from me, Max, in Screensaver Magic, catch you on the flip side on my next video.